Some big changes already anticipated for Social Security, including retirement, disability SSDI, survivors SSI, and VA benefits in 2023. We need to pay attention to this as this is going to impact tens of millions of beneficiaries. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. But really quickly, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video as it's totally free to do so, and I am here for you every single day to bring all of the latest updates as well as to talk through all of this very important information as things are changing very rapidly. So again, thank you so much for your support. Subscribe down below and I will continue to be here for you every single day no matter what. Alright, let's get into this. So we're already starting to see a lot of evidence and people starting to come out talking about 2023 and the impacts to tens of millions of beneficiaries who receive Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA benefits. Now, this is actually pretty interesting because we're leaning back on some of the evidence that came out of 2021 and what is anticipated throughout the entire year of 2022. Now, what is this in reference to? Yup, you called it, inflation. Now, this is a huge impact to all of these tens of millions of beneficiaries. In fact, we've talked about in numerous different videos the impacts to all of these people living on a small fixed income who are actually being impacted by all of this inflation that we are seeing right now with everything going on right now. Well, as a result of that, we're also seeing many people and a lot of different evidence coming out right now already talking about 2023 and how all of this is going to impact all of these tens of millions of beneficiaries again in 2023. Whoa, that's still a long time from now, right? So we got to pay attention to what is going on right here because people that are receiving these benefits are going to be receiving these benefits for many years. It's not like somebody's going to receive Social Security for 6 months and then just be done. No, that's typically not how it goes. Actually, in many instances, most people receive Social Security, SSI, VA, SSDI benefits for many years. In fact, probably many decades in most situations. So we need to pay attention to all this stuff going on. Now, all of this is coming out of this massive 5.9% cost of living adjustment that was actually approved for 2022 as a result of all the inflation going on once again. So, as we look out into some of these statements that were made by very big, prominent economists and people that watch the economy, people that oversee everything going on right now and actually recognize what is going on with this inflation. For example, Janet Yellen, she was out recently with some statements talking about inflation. She said that inflation will likely continue to run at the same rate that it is through at least the first half of 2022 and then probably start to subside a little bit in the second half of 2022. Now, that's just Janet Yellen. By the way, she is the Treasury of the Secretary. Now, we've also seen other prominent people like Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve. He's also been out basically saying inflation is going to continue running hot for a very long time, probably through at least the first few quarters of 2022. Now, we've also seen many other people out there, prominent economists and other people out there that watch all of this stuff very closely that are basically saying the exact same thing. We're going to continue to see this inflation running at the same rate that we are right now, probably through the vast majority of 2022. In fact, I was out probably about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago now, talking about a report that was actually suggesting that inflation will continue running at the same rate that we are right now through 2022, and in the third quarter of 2022, we would likely be looking at inflation up another 5.4% on average, by the way. That's an average annualized percentage. Now remember, some things right now, like meat products and other products out there right now, could be up anywhere between 10, 15, and even 20% on some products right now. We're still seeing that right now. So in a year or by the end of 2022, we could be looking at the exact same thing. Some of these products up again, another 10, 15, or maybe even 20% higher than where they're currently sitting right now. But the 5.4% is an annualized average across a basket of services, or sorry, a basket of goods. So yeah, kind of interesting, right? But here's the thing. Now, how does all of this actually impact all of these tens of millions of beneficiaries? Beside the obvious, which is higher prices, therefore the purchasing power of the benefits and the money that we're using to buy all these products and services is depleting. Well, that's the obvious one. But what does this mean going into 2023? Well, there's actually a number of people coming out right now saying that the COLA raise, the cost of living adjustment going into 2023, will likely be equal to or possibly even higher, once again, than the COLA raise for 2022 of 5.9%. So we could be looking at another historic raise to benefits in 2023. Now, I get it. That's still a very long time from now. However, it gives us a little bit of a glimpse into the future and the trajectory of what is going on with inflation and all of these other benefits out there right now and how they're being impacted. Now, what's also interesting about all of this, we have seen the proposals and the introduction from Congressman John Larson talking about this Social Security 2100, a sacred trust. Now, remember that? So he was out talking about this as well, how that would actually reform Social Security and expand these benefits and actually raise them up for millions of beneficiaries, which would actually be a really, really good thing. Now, we've also seen many people out who are apparently experts. When I do this research, it says experts say. A lot of times I wonder, who are the experts, right? But anyway, according to these sources that I'm looking at, they're saying that experts are predicting that at some point, relatively soonish, Congress should be starting to talk through reforming Social Security. So this apparently is supposed to be something that is recently coming up on their plate here. So now we know Congress works very slowly, right? They take a lot of breaks. They're on recess a lot, it seems. It seems like almost every other week they're gone for a week or, 4 or 5 days, something like that. But either way, it is something that many people are saying that is probably going to be coming up sooner than later onto the agenda of Congress, which is talking through and reforming Social Security, which will ultimately raise benefits and expand these programs for millions of beneficiaries. So that's actually something that's looking really good. Now, another thing that we do recognize out there right now is this SSI Restoration Act, which we know they want to raise benefits up to 100% of the federal poverty line as a result of the SSI Restoration Act. Now again, if all of this came into effect at some point in 2022, whether it's early, mid, or late 2022, obviously earlier would be better, but then we'd be looking at potentially this massive COLA raise in 2023 as a result of these higher benefits as well, right? So ultimately, like I've talked about in other videos, percentages, right? So the COLA raise is a percentage. Therefore, if benefits are higher, the COLA raise would then therefore be higher as well because we're dealing with higher numbers to actually calculate the percentage raise off of, if that makes sense, right? So anyway, it's actually a little bit encouraging looking into what could be coming down in early/mid or even late 2022 when it comes to all these benefits. And then again, in 2023 with a big COLA raise. But we also do recognize that the COLA is pegged off of inflation data. So it's kind of like a give and take, right? It's good that the bigger COLA raise is coming, but yet it's also kind of, at the same time, not a good thing because that means inflation was actually really high in the third quarter of whatever year they're calculating, right? So like in 2022, the third quarter, because they take the inflation data from July, August, and September to actually run the calculations to determine how much the COLA will be for the upcoming year, right? So anyway, a lot of information in this video. I get it, I know, but it's something that we need to continue to look at because even though we need to take everything day by day right now with everything going on, we also need to look at what is the prospect of the future of these programs. There's been a lot of different talk saying insolvency and all these other programs and, all this talk about, they're running out of money and they're only going to pay out a percentage of the benefits and all this other business. But at the end of the day, we still need to look at the long game because realistically, Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, these are all programs for the long game, right? It's not like something where we're just going to jump in and grab benefits for 6 months and jump out. No, the long game would be, many people are going to draw on these benefits for many, many years. In fact, probably many decades for a lot of people, right? So that's why we've got to look at it for the long term. What is coming long term down the road for these programs? So anyway, this gives us a little glimpse into the future as far as what may be coming. Now again, I'm recording this video in late 2021, so if you're watching this in 2022, we're probably getting more information by now on what this is looking like in 2023, right? But again, as of right now in late 2021, this is what it's looking like based on all the reports. I imagine in mid to late-ish 2022, we're going to be seeing a lot more reports like this coming out saying, wow, yeah, unbelievable. Inflation was running super hot in 2022, and we're looking at another really big raise to COLA and all these benefits. So hope this helps you out. Again, I just want to come back and relay all of the information that I find with all the research that I do in these short videos and let you know what's going on, because as I say, I am your one and only daily advocate, and it is very much my commitment and my dedication to be here for you, to bring you all this information and to help out in any way that I possibly can. So please leave your comments or questions down below. I'll do my best to answer them, or if I need to come back and make a dedicated video, I can always do that as well if I see the same questions coming up time and time again. So again, thank you so much. Enjoy, subscribe down below, share the videos with your friends, family, social media, and feel free to go back and check out any of the other, we're almost at 2,000 videos. I mean, seriously, we're approaching 2,000 videos very, very fast here. So, yeah, pretty exciting, right? So anyway, I'm here for you. Enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later in the next video.